Pope Francis is the supreme Christian leader of the Catholic Church. Born Jorge Mario Bergoglio in Argentina, Pope Francis became head of the Catholic Church in Vatican City in 2013 after Pope Benedict XVI stepped down. In this process, Pope Francis became the first pope to be elected from outside Europe since Pope Gregory III of Syria's pontificate in the 8th century AD. Known as the Pope of Change, the Holy Father has taken a revolutionary stance on many issues that have become issues in the Church. So it is not surprising that Pope Francis's quote becomes an interesting thing, of course. These are some famous quotes from Pope Francis. Enjoy. In the trials of life, you reveal your own heart, how solid it is, how merciful, how big or small. I prefer a church which is bruised, hurting, and dirty because it has been out on the streets, rather than a church which is unhealthy from being confined and from clinging to its own security. I find it helps to focus on concrete situations. You see faces looking for life and love and the reality of each person, of each people. Science has its autonomy that must be respected and encouraged. I am a sinner. This is the most accurate definition. It is not a figure of speech, a literary genre. I am a sinner. Tell me, when God looks at a gay person, does he endorse the existence of this person with love or reject and condemn this person? Change is something desirable, yet it becomes a source of anxiety when it causes harm to the world and to the quality of life of much of humanity. I cannot imagine a Christian who does not know how to smile. May we joyfully witness to our faith. The Lord does not call us to be soloists, but to be part of a choir that can sometimes miss a note or two, but must always try to sing in unison. God has placed an irrepressible desire for happiness and fulfillment in the heart of every man and woman. Dear young people, do not be afraid of making decisive choices in life. Have faith, the Lord will not abandon you. No one can grow if he does not accept his smallness. A society is all the more human to the degree that it cares effectively for its most frail and suffering members in a spirit of fraternal love. Each of our hearts is attached to a treasure, something that all of us hold close. It is good for humanity and the world at large when we believers better recognize the ecological commitments which stem from our convictions. May the hearts of those who have enough be open to filling the empty hands of those who do not have the bare necessities. It is amazing to see the denunciations for lack of orthodoxy that come to Rome. It is up to us, today's humanity, especially believers, to turn instruments of hatred into instruments of peace. The Catholic Church is the entire people of God, including priests. If someone is gay, and he searches for the Lord and has good will, who am I to judge? Kindness is firm and persevering intention to always will the good of others, even then friendly. To erode the family is to fatally weaken the bonds of belonging on which we all depend. Today the Christian conscience benefits from a deeper understanding of the sanctity of life that has grown over time. This haste, this everything right now, does not come from God. If we get worked up about the right now, we forget what remains forever. We follow the passing clouds and lose sight of the sky. Freedom means always choosing the good, because this type of behavior leads to growth. Dreaming is very important, especially dreaming in families. Don't lose your ability to dream. Violence is always self-destructive. I urge everyone to promote a culture of encounter and of care to construct the common good. The first step towards an attitude of worship is to lift up our eyes. In the face of unjust and painful situations, faith brings us the light which scatters the darkness. Sport is wonderful. Sports brings out all the best that we have inside. It brings you great nobility. The poor are not just people we give to. They have much to offer and teach us. May Christmas be an opportunity for all of us to rediscover the family as a cradle of life and faith, a place of acceptance and love, dialogue, forgiveness, fraternal solidarity, and shared joy, a source of peace for all humanity. God came into the world as a child to make us children of God. What a magnificent gift! The world needs hope, and with gratitude, with this habit of saying thank you, we transmit a bit of hope. This is the great meaning of Christmas. God becomes man so that we can become children of God. Youth is a time of life when your desire for love, one that is genuine, beautiful, and expansive, begins to blossom. Tonight we acquire a fundamental right that can never be taken away from us, the right to hope. All it takes is one good person to restore hope. Social love is expressed in political activity for the common good. I think that when we encounter a gay person, we must make the distinction between the fact of a person being gay and the fact of a lobby, because lobbies are not good. The most important thing is the first proclamation. Jesus Christ has saved you, and the ministers of the church must be ministers of mercy above all. Let us keep a place for Christ in our lives, let us care for one another, and let us be loving custodians of creation. God's image is the married couple, a man and woman together. Not just the man, not just the woman. No, both of them. That's God's image. Yes, I believe that this is a time for mercy. The Church is showing her maternal side, her motherly face, to a humanity that is wounded. We are created to love, and through the conjugal union of a man and a woman, this vocation is lived reciprocally and in complete and definitive communion of life. When you put people's dignity at the center, you create a new logic of mercy and of care. Then what is truly of value is restored to its rightful place. Christian charity is the love of God and neighbor. Holiness doesn't mean doing extraordinary things, but doing ordinary things with love and faith. Mary is the masterpiece that the Lord seeks to realize and is realizing with His infinite patience in the Church, in every one of us, and in the holy people of God in its entirety. A little bit of mercy makes the world less cold and more just. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and also like our videos.